Hey chickies, my name is Alethea. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a get ready with me while I just do my makeup. I recently just did a poll on my channel and asked you guys if you'd be interested in seeing either some what I eat in days or long form get readies with me. They didn't have too many responses, but those who did respond to that on my channel, most of you said you wanted to see a get ready with me, so that's what I figured I'd do. I have two different things going on today, this Saturday, and so I figured it would be a good time to sit down and feel like we're on FaceTime. So go ahead and put me in the background while you're cleaning, getting ready. We can feel like we're getting ready together, or if you guys are just sitting watching, grab a snack. But we are going to do our makeup together and gonna talk about who knows what. First, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video before I actually start my makeup. And second, I want to say that I normally would start my makeup every day with gua shine, but I actually ran a little 5K today in the morning. I did a little wine 5K. It was so fun. That was actually my first official race. If you guys didn't know, I'm on my running journey. Something about your mid to late 20s, everyone wants to run a marathon. So I'm half marathon training, so I figured it'd be fun to run a 5K with two of my really good best work friends that are now just part of my absolute best friends in general. So I'm already prepping my skin. I used all my normal skincare, and now I'm putting on some Sun Bum SPF 70. I do not play about the SPF on my face. I already have gotten a lot of sun this week, so I want to make sure I get this in here. And also guys, this SPF makes my skin look like glass. I know that I have some redness and irritation right now, but oh my gosh, I love some Sun Bum. So I put this all over my face and my neck. It's one of my favorite sunscreens right now. It doesn't make me break out too bad. I just honestly think after trying every single cheap, expensive, really good, really bad face sunscreen out there, I just think there's something in the active ingredient on both mineral and chemical sunscreens that don't agree with my skin, and that's okay. So sometimes I get little bumpies, but you know what? I would take bumpies over wrinkles. So whatever, I'm here for it. While I'm getting ready, I'm just going to tell you guys about some of the plans I have today. So like I said this morning, I ran my little wine 5K. That was a blast. So much fun. I still feel like I'm out of breath from running it because it was through the vineyard. So there was so many freaking hills. And it was like a really tough course to run. It was like an intermediate level cross country course. It was insane. And there were people who were marathoners or half marathoners that were like, this is like one of the hardest races I've ever done. And I'm like, okay, well that makes me feel better about myself, because I've obviously been training, pretty strict training. Like I don't miss a lot of runs, and if I do, it was because it was like snowing and icing to the point where it was like unsafe to run. But I have not missed a lot of my training days for running, so I was like, holy shit, like why is this so hard? But we got through it. I felt so good after. I hadn't ran for the last like 3 or 4 days, and I definitely carved up the last couple days because I wanted to have a lot of energy, because I was kind of anticipating it to be a tough course because obviously it's through a vineyard, but still it was like, oh my god. I had been working with a brand for some activewear, and they are kind of being sketchy about wanting to pay me the money that they were supposed to pay me because they're saying I didn't integrate my video properly. Now I'm probably hoping that one, they don't watch this, and two, I already get that video approved and hopefully paid. But this is just a reminder to anyone who's a micro influencer or mini influencer, whatever you want to call it, content creator. You don't have to just accept gifted collaborations. Like if you guys post content and you get likes and views here and there, if you had a couple videos like pop off, or you have like a few thousand followers like how I do here on YouTube, you can ask for paid sponsorships. Like don't let these brands fool you. Just make sure you're not working with anybody sketchy. Don't give anyone your information. I don't know, but that's what I'm dealing with. And I need to definitely take like a breather from working with brands because it gets exhausting and they're kind of pushy on timelines. Not pushy, but just like very strict. And sometimes they don't answer in enough days, but then want me to modify something in a video. And it's like, okay, well, you're not giving me enough time to even like change what you're asking for. Because you want to upload it today, but you're not going to email me back. Like hello. But yeah, I don't know, that was random. You guys see how glowing my skin stays even after I get my foundation on with the Sun Bum. I freaking love it. I always like to do my bronzer before, or contour, I guess it's technically contour. I like to do it before I put concealer on, because if it ever gets too harsh, I like to kind of sculpt it out with my concealer. I'm probably gonna go a little bit heavier on makeup today just because we're going to our friend's house to see their new house, kind of have like a little cookout. out, have some drinks, and then we're also going straight from there to another friend's house and hanging out with some of my work friends. And so it's kind of a busy little Saturday, and I wanted to make sure my makeup is on and just like there staying, you know, the whole time. I'm also currently letting my hair dry right now because I got my hair done on Thursday. If you guys didn't know, I have really naturally dark hair, but I dye my hair pitch freaking black, like the blackest black you can get. That is what I dye my hair, like a blue black. I always feel like the longer I wait to wash it, the better the color lasts. I know that's probably like literally not true at all, but I just kind of let it marinate in there for a couple days. And I got my hair done on Thursday, and obviously with my run this morning, I wanted to wash my hair and just get like all the allergens, and I was like running through like vines and stuff. Like it was a messy course. I was very pleasantly surprised how like unkept the course was. So the concealer I use, I always do a combo of the really light and then kind of like the skin tone colored of the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. This is some of the cheapest but some of the best concealer I've ever freaking used. I remember watching like OG, Tati, and like Jeffree Star videos, and anytime they would do like a full face of drugstore only makeup, it always would be the Incognito. Even like the LA Girl drugstore concealers, they're just so good. Like you can't really, well, you can mess up concealers because I know a lot of brands and high-end brands that have done it, but I feel like concealers are a thing that you can really kind of play around with, different brands, and everybody has their own preference. But I like to keep my makeup fairly cheap. I wish I could splurge on makeup like how some of these like really big influencers and content creators do, but I'll be honest with you guys, it just doesn't really match my lifestyle. Like I can do a good full face, soft beat, hard beat, glammed up look with both. Now I do have some higher end products that like are higher end, and I'm putting parentheses because it's just like name brand, like from Sephora or Ulta. However, I don't like using it every day because I do makeup every morning for my job. If you guys didn't know, I'm a high school teacher, and so I don't want to use my super expensive product every day because drugstore does the same thing, and I'm not wanting to use and have to spend money on non-drugstore product all the time because I won't stop using it for work. I just feel like it's not necessary. Like I don't have to do a full beat with high-end products every freaking day for work. Another pro tip I like to do is I constantly spray setting spray in the middle of my routine. Get in there because I feel like it helps my makeup stay a lot better, especially in areas where I know I'm gonna be putting powder here in just a minute. I also cannot stand the look of like concealer lips, so every time I do my makeup, I've got a big old jar of Vaseline because I need to make sure that I'm not putting makeup all over my lip. Okay, the powder I've been using and loving is just the Maybelline Fit Me. I was using the Essence Banana Powder for a while, but the compact was really broken, so I had to throw it out and get a new one. And I'm very much so like a minimalist when it comes to makeup. I don't collect makeup at all. Again, I'm not like a huge content creator or anything. I'm so grateful for my 2,000 plus followers on YouTube, but I don't have barely any followers on TikTok. I have like 400, and that's taken me at least like 3 or 4 months to get. So if you guys first of all want to follow me on TikTok, I do post on there often. I post on there just as often as I do YouTube shorts. 10 out of freaking 10 recommend that you follow me on there. But also I don't get sent PR ever really for makeup. Now I've gotten some like clothing items and things like that, but I am not a PR girly in terms of makeup at the moment. Hopefully we'll get there one day, you know. Now I'm just using the NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This as well as their blush are so freaking fire. I really love it, and I just go over the areas in the apples of my cheeks where my blush is gonna go, but wherever that contour stick went is where I'm gonna put this. And I also just kind of swipe it over my eyelids as well, even though I know my eyelids are gonna look like pale here in a moment because I get my mascara everywhere. I normally don't do much to my brows, but I do like to use this e.l.f. just like their little cheap couple dollar instant brow pencil. They don't even have this in black, so the color I use is like the dark brown one, but I just mostly use it because it's like a waxy consistency, and I feel like it gets my brow in place for the most part. And then I will also go over it with a brow mascara, a clear brow mascara, just to like stick them in. And then I have a beauty mark right here that you can't even really see because I've already covered it with makeup, and I like to dot my brow pencil on that beauty mark because I love it and I don't ever want it not to be visible. So yeah, that's what I do. So I don't know if that looks stupid or whatever, but I definitely like to just dot where my beauty mark goes because she's there, you just can't see her when I put my makeup on, and or if I'm like really tan, like when I lay out in the summer, she gets very dark. So now I'm just using my Essence Baby Got Blush. The Essence Baby Got Blush and Baby Got Bronze are some of the cheapest and one of my favorite freaking products. The pigment is great. This one is in more of like a peachy shade, and then I also have like the baby pink one. I will say the baby pink one is not as opaque and good as this one, but I just like to blend this into the high points of my cheek, and then I will go in with a powdered blush, which will be the NYX Buttermelt blush in You Know Butta, like B-U-T-T-A. And I really freaking love this blush. She is strong, so if you use it, be very light-handed and careful. I am kind of like a heavy blush girl. I think it just like really accentuates my ginormous cheeks that I have, so I think it's cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna use just that e.l.f. clear mascara gel to just hold my eyebrows in place. Also, I don't know why else this is on my mind, but I quite frankly don't appreciate how my For You page has been showing me constant clips of the worst takes I've ever heard in my entire life from podcasts, and not like women's podcasts, like male podcast. I am not a male podcast fan. There's some of them that I think are like good for men, I guess, but I am not a fan. And I personally feel like sometimes when men are like so diehard on certain podcasts, I'm not gonna say any names, but you know the toxic podcast. You guys know which one I'm talking about, and that's a red flag. If your boyfriend listens to some of those like toxic masculine podcasts, that is red freaking flag. Like my man just listens to a bunch of sports. Perfect, like whatever, listen to your sport podcast, I don't freaking care. There's some of them out there where it's like, for the love of God, somebody arrest them and take this podcast equipment away. Like, can we tap 600% on podcast equipment for men, because not everybody needs a freaking podcast, but also not everybody needs a YouTube, and here I am talking to myself and my 2,000 subscribers, so maybe I'm a hypocrite, I don't know. Okay, so I always spend a lot of good time curling my eyelashes, because I feel like the type of curl you put on your eyelashes can really make or break your eyelash day. So I just did pretty strong curl, and I'm gonna kind of just let those like settle in, and then I'm gonna tight line. I don't even know if that's the right word that I'm thinking of. Use this little baby eyeliner to just add like a little smudgeroo up here on my waterline. Feel like it doesn't do anything really, but it makes me feel like it does, so it's all that matters. Okay, so I had to compromise, and I think I actually just found like a cool little routine. I remember I used to do this in college. I found my OG Kat Von D waterproof eyeliner, and because my pencil eyeliner ran out, I kind of just like went like this and hit up the top parts of my eyes, and then I also did the little itty bitty bottoms. Like I did barely anything on the bottoms. I just honestly forgot how freaking fire this eyeliner is. I think I just did something. Like I really like the way this looks. It gives just a little bit of darkness to my eyes without it being too much, so I have to be very careful. What I like to do now is take just like a nude. I'm using literally an ancient artifact from the Naked Heat. I kind of like a bronzer looking brown, and I will just dust under my eye. I only do this on days when I know I'm gonna be out and about for a long period of time. This is not like something I do every single day, especially before work. I just like to do this on, like I said, days where I'm out and about, because if I start creasing, I've noticed that it helps. If I start having a drop off from my mascara, it kind of helps hide that and just adds depth to my eye. Let's see if I can kind of do like a mini wing. I don't know how much I actually got up here, but sometimes I like to just drag out whatever I had going on. Hopefully that does what I need it to do. We'll see. I'm gonna go with my Lash Sensational, and then I like to top it off with the L'Oreal Panorama. So I've got Maybelline and L'Oreal going. Some of my favorite mascaras. I always just go through phases of like which ones are my cup of tea. I have the worst mascara head tilt ever, so I'm gonna do this off camera. Perfect. Love, love, love. So now I'm literally just on the itty bitty tips of my eyes. I'm going in with the Panorama. I understand that this mascara is literally everywhere. They're definitely not twins today, but they're related, the eyelashes, so that's okay. I always regret doing bottom mascara, so I think I'm gonna hold off on that. But I think I will put on lip liner. If you guys do not know, my tried and freaking true, absolute holy grail lip liner is Maybelline in Gone Greige. I freaking love it. It's so good. It's like the perfect just lip liner for everybody. I feel like it's so versatile. Like it looks good when I'm pale, it looks good when I'm tan. I'm feeling a little spicy today, so I'm gonna use my Kylie High Gloss in 315 Lost Angel. This is one of my absolute favorite lip glosses. It's so just like glittery. Kind of gives me 2000s vibes a little bit. But it also lasts so freaking long. It's like my favorite lip gloss ever. And I also really do love the Maybelline Gummy Bear Gloss in the Lifter Gloss line. Lifter Gloss in the shade Gummy Bear. And just gives that a little combo, and it's so fire. And now I'm gonna take my mascara off, not off, but you guys get what I'm saying. And now very carefully, without touching any of my lashes, I'm going to go back in with one of those like bronzy shades that I used on my lid and just kind of dab it on and be very gentle. Just the life of somebody who can't not get their mascara freaking everywhere. I'm here for this. It's a good makeup day. I like it a lot. Very glowy. I have no clue what I'm doing with my hair. Since I did just get it done, it's probably gonna be straight today. See what I end up doing. I look like very dark feminine today. Okay, I'm going to go mess with my hair, finish my yummy delicious Alani, and get dressed. And yeah, so thank you babes for hanging out with me while I did a little get ready with me. I freaking love you guys. I hope this was comforting. You guys got to hang out, chillax, maybe clean, do something while I'm just back here yapping to myself. But I really love making get readies with me, just chit chat get readies with me. They're so easy but fun, and I just feel like I'm hanging out with somebody and having a blast getting ready. So they're really comforting for me to make as a creator. So thank you guys so freaking much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed for many more get readies with me. I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you have the best day, the best weekend, the best morning, the best evening, whatever time it is. I love you guys.
You in the backyard of your old farm in the summer.